G5Jefftv. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. As you can see, we got the VP of Operations for the channel, VP Shane, in the building. What's going on, bro?
Everything's good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Big Baby Miller got popped again for being on the finest juices. Finest juices. And not only that, but the same juices as the last time with AJ. And Big Baby Miller did an interview, and he basically said that he's willing to accept the suspension, and he will do monthly testing. But for him to be banned out of the sport for life is ridiculous. So, Shane, I'm gonna let you kick it off. How do you feel about the situation?
I'm gonna go on a bit of a journey with this conversation, but before I start, I actually want to give a big shout out to um, the guy who conducted the interview because he done a very good job. I mean, I rarely see interviews nowadays who I watch and I go, "Yeah, that guy done a good job," and he done a really good job because his questions were very direct. They were what people want to hear, and he didn't. You know, some people they sit on the fence when he asks questions because they don't want to offend the guy or they don't want to make it. You know, he intimidated. I don't want to say intimidated, but he put Gerald Miller on the spot while still maintaining a level of professionalism. So big credit to that. That's the first thing I wanted to start with. But in terms of Gerald Miller itself, I feel like a lot of people are looking at it from a wrong point of view because I heard Eddie Hearn say something, and I've heard many people agree with the same narrative of the thing of Gerald Miller can't fight without the juice, and he, as a fighter, he needs to, like, he has some form of mental insecurities and stuff like that. Now that could be the case, but I more think it's got something to do with the lack of sanctions. I'll give you an example. If you know someone, you're from Philly, so you know more than anybody. You know someone who's selling dope, yeah, and their whole entire life they've been selling dope, and then the first time they get caught selling dope, they don't go jail, they don't do anything else. All they know is to sell dope. Do you think they're gonna stop selling dope? No, of course not. They're gonna keep going because that's all
Right.
they know.
Right.
Me personally, I feel like that's all Big Baby Miller know, and he didn't get sanctioned for it. There was no punishment for what he done last time. Yeah, you can say he lost 7 mil or whatever he was going to get paid for the AJ fight, but he still kept a career. He still kept a name. He was still in the public eye. So you can't really say, all right, cool. If he got banned for 2 years or 3 years, then you can go, you know what? But he got a big contract with Top Rank, and to me, it's like, oh yeah, I feel I can do it again. And maybe he thought this time he was going to get tested, but I feel like he didn't get punished. So why do you expect him to learn a lesson when he didn't get punished?
That's a great point. It's like a kid. You tell a kid he can't do something, you don't put him on punishment, he's gonna keep on doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. There's no fair for doing the same. Like people are. At what point is people going to look at it and go, "This guy didn't actually. Okay, he failed the drugs test. Then what?" This goes back to your point of actually having someone issuing sanctions and having a government body that's because you can't say Gerald Miller failed the drugs test and in the same breath he put a fight, because that's a big contradiction. If he failed the drugs test and you wanted him to learn a lesson, why is he fighting? Why is he signed to argue with one of the biggest boxing promotional companies on the planet? You know, there is no his reward was signed to Top Rank. That's his reward. That's his punishment. What kind of
Yeah.
punishment is that?
And it's crazy you said that because that's exactly where I was going with it. Like, for him failing 3 different tests before the AJ fight, he ended up getting a new deal with Top Rank. He got a new deal with Jay Prince, who was a manager. Got his license renewed by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. And then to cap it off, he got a main event TV slot on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? And that's his punishment for, Peds. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's not the case, but that's the way it looks. That's the way it looks.
That's how it is. That's how it appears on the eye because he's still fighting.
Yeah. Let me throw this at you real quick, Shane. Do you think, as far as Big Baby Miller is concerned, do you think it's stupidity because he doesn't know how to cycle on and cycle off? Or do you think it's more so like he really has a problem, like he's like an addict? Or do you think it's both?
I don't think it's stupidity. I don't think it's stupidity because he knows enough about drugs. Like, he knows enough. Like, even when you hear him speak, he knows enough about drugs. So I don't think it's that. I feel like, when you've been tricking the system for so long, I feel like he only got caught once. So it's like, it's Jerry Forrest, they're not going to be as stringent as they was for AJ. That's what I think it was. I think it was more about, I don't need to, because remember, I think he's got like 30 fights in his professional career. So, and he only got caught for, I think, one fight as a boxing boxer. So if that's the case, and everybody's agreeing with the narrative that he's been on drugs his whole career, if that's the case, how come he only got caught for 80? He's probably looking at it like, well, I only got caught for 80 because they were testing so vigorously. He probably didn't expect that same level of testing. But I don't really think it's about either. I think it's more about him trying to manipulate this. Because knowing Gerald Miller, a lot of it is about gaining the upper hand. Not knowing him personally, but knowing what I know of him from interview, it's about gaining the upper hand. Some guys they're just slimy characters. They want to do things easy. Some guys are just like that.
Right. The thing is, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's stupidity. Simply because he's very knowledgeable as far as the drugs, performance enhancing drugs. Because people don't know his father was a bodybuilder.
I didn't know that.
He's been around that type of vibe all his life. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I think he's been on it for a long time. I think with some PEDs, once you start, it's like you can't stop. It's almost like taking medicine for like diabetes. Like once you start, you can't stop. So I think it's stupidity. Do I think he's an addict? In a sense, I think just him taking drugs, just PEDs, I think he's kind of an addict, when it comes down to it. At the end of the day, he's got big problems, like huge problems, like huge.
What do you reckon? I know you said he should get banned for life. So, I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that will happen. But I'm going to throw something at you. I personally don't feel like, even if he doesn't get banned for life, I personally don't feel like it will be right for him to even fight again. Personally.
How long?
No, it wasn't. I don't think he should fight again at all off his own back. Because even if he's clean, there's always going to be that stigma attached to him. And to me, he's going to end up having to run 10 times longer than everybody else, or 10 times further than everybody else, just to go after him.
Yeah.
And to me, I just don't think it's worth it. I'll be honest, I just don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, he's in such a bad spot right now that I'm gonna tell you what I want versus the reality. Like, I don't want him in the ring again. I want him banned for life. That's what I want. That's not the reality because there's no sanctioning body to oversee the sport. There's no governing body to oversee the sport. So I think what's going to happen, I think I think all of the sanctioning bodies are going to come together, and they're going to give him something light, like a 2-year ban. You know, give him something light. I would say probably 2 years. That's probably what they're going to give him. And if that's the case, his problems is so big. He has 3 different promoters. Right? So he has Top Rank, he has Salida Promotions, and then he has another promotional company. So he has 3 different promotional companies. He has Jay Prince, he's the OG, triple OG. That's the same guy that Floyd was signed to, and he went to the gym and beat everybody the fuck up. That's
I
him.
don't know if you know this. By the way. Eddie Hearn just done an interview with Coogan from IFL TV, and he said that Daryl Miller still owes him money, and his first check he was going to get from Top Rank, part of it was going to Eddie Hearn because Eddie Hearn paid him upfront money for the AJ fight, and he's legally contracted to pay it back. So Gerald Miller was gonna pay Eddie Hearn back out of the money he was getting from the Jerry Forrest fight. So even though you say he's free,
that's news. I didn't know that.
Even though he's got 3 promoters, he still has to pay Eddie Hearn as well.
Yo, okay. So he probably owes all 3 of his promoters, plus Eddie Hearn, plus Jay Prince, because Jay Prince advanced him some money as well.
Plus his trainer. Plus
whoever his manager is. Like, Big Baby Miller gonna be fighting until he like 60 years old just to pay people back.
Was he fighting for $500 a fight or something like that?
Yeah, he's gonna be. Listen, even if he does come back, he's not gonna get no main event slot. So he might be getting cars where he making like 50,000, 100,000. He gonna be walking out of there with like, then that's not even including Uncle Sam. He gonna be he might as well come work for us. I can pay him. I can pay him a little more than what he gonna end up with. Cause I'm like, listen, you got Jay Prince in your pocket, you got Eddie Hearn in your pocket, you got Bob Arum in your pocket, you got Salida Promotions in your pocket, you have another promotional company in your pocket, you got the trainer in your pocket, you got your manager in your pocket, and then you got Uncle Sam in your pocket. That's 8 people. That's 8 people. He come work for us, man. He come work for us, man. I'm putting it out there, man. Big Baby Miller.
That's the title of the video.
Yeah, come, Big Baby Miller, come work for G5Jefftv, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna end up with more money in your pocket after everybody get theirs than you will fighting. And you ain't gotta take no shots. You ain't gotta take no punches working for G5Jefftv. You know what I'm saying?
And he can stay on the juice as well. He can stay on the juice.
And he can stay on the finest juices. He can stay on the finest juices. You know what I'm saying? I don't do drug testing over here on G5Jefftv. He can juice as much as he want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Gerald Big Pharmaceuticals Miller. We can open up a pharmacy. You
call it Gerald juice.
Gerald juice. Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? VP Shane said make some Gerald juice. And we gonna pump it out here in these streets, man. Hey, Big Baby, if you listening, man, you come work for G5Jefftv, come work for VP Shane. We get you right over here, man. You can stay on them juices. You can stay on them juices, but you know, at the end of the day, he's in a lot of trouble. I'm just glad the system is very flawed, but I'm glad that he's been caught prior to getting in the ring versus after the fact. So I'm real happy about that. But
before we go, Bob Arum did say that he's going to make Carlos Takam replace Gerald Miller.
Yeah.
So Jerry Forrest versus Carlos Takam. I've seen Jerry Forrest fight once. I think it was against Jermaine Franklin. I think Jermaine Franklin.
And he lost.
Is Franklin from your city or is he from New York?
No, he's not from my city, but he's close.
Yeah, I think he's from one of those areas. But yeah, Jermaine Franklin, I saw him fight Jay first. I didn't score the fight like that, but I definitely watched the fight. That's the only fight I actually
Yeah,
remember.
that's the only fight I saw too. I thought
But
Jerry Forrest won that fight.
him versus Carlos Takam will be a good fight. Carlos Takam always comes to bring his. It's a good replacement anyway. I don't need a good replacement.
Yeah, I mean that's a good fight though. It's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a good fight. Top
And we
Rank
know
been having a lot of issues.
Carlos Takam ain't on the juice neither, so we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, he not on the finest juices, man. But listen, Big Baby Miller, you see, I already got my red cup. You know what I'm saying? We can have the Jerry juices in the red cup. We can market, promote. Come on over to G5Jefftv, man, and VP Shane, man. We get you right, man. We don't do no drug testing over here. We don't do no drug testing, and that's what it is. But we gonna close it out like